the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we're here with the OP Racing Grand National Series as they bring you the Sebastian Crow Jr. 175 presented by Aliens. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. Hope y'all will allow me to share this racing experience with you. And if you don't know my name, well, maybe it's better that way. The government is looking for me. If anyone asks, it is KR. So how we doing? Thank you very much for joining me. Qualifying out on track, and times are coming in very quick right now. David Booth on top of the leaderboard, but quickly passed by the 23 of Sebastian Marin with a 51.08. BK Anderson in the 32, currently in fourth. Out on the speedway, just taking the green flag. That is the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Been a hot minute since I've been to Indianapolis, Indiana. I do miss my time in Indiana. Also out on the speedway, trying to get up to speed. That is the 95 of Jim Mayer. Gabe Butler in the 88, working his way around the speedway. Passes that pointless blue cone and gets up to speed. Sean Stevens in the 27 out of Mount Sterling O as he disappears. The 27 crossing the start finish line. Sean Stevens jumps up into second place with a 51.08. A good lap by Sean Stevens in the 27. The 40 of Peter DeBorgia making his way around the speedway very cautiously, very carefully. He is on his timed lap. So that 40 machine very slowly. And by slowly, I mean, he's still doing 130 miles an hour. But he's going for a good lap here. Does not, this is the definition of I'm here for the safety rating. So as Peter DeBorgia slowly brings it around onto the front stretch for what will be a long lap time. Gabe Butler in the 88, though, had no qualms with going as fast as he could. A 51.06 for Gabe Butler. On to the pole position he goes. It don't last long. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 takes over the top spot with a 51.04. Oh my, they are out there flying right now. Les Levy in the 62. His hometown is Confidential in the state of Nunya. As the 62 drops down to the inside, crosses the start-finish line, and Les Levy up into the top 5. Anthony English in the 44, out on the speedway as well. English gonna get the checkered flag for his qualifying time. Anthony English jumps up into 5th place, knocking Les Levy out of the top 5. The Blue Skull Mint car in the 33. That is Jeff Crosby Jr., also out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Currently under the protection of Child Protection Services. He is looking for a new foster home. If anyone would like to adopt this young lad, only slightly used. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. makes his way onto the backstretch. Just over 3 minutes left to go in qualifying, and this is the only car out on the speedway right now. 25 drivers have taken a lap time. Crosby Jr. will make it 26. Looks like just under 30 race cars here tonight for the Sebastian Crow Jr. 175. Want to give a shout out to Miss Michelle Anderson. Thank you very much for coming in and saying hello. As the 33 goes to shut it down, and the track is going to go quiet. And by quiet, apparently I meant I'm gonna go quiet too. I guess I should say something so it's not dead air. The trees are nice. Colors coming to the trees, but not here in iRacing. Those trees never change color. Kind of sad. It'd be cool if it did match the weather, like seriously matched it. I mean, think about like in the fall. If in the tracks where the leaves change colors, not here in Florida because it's always stupid weather in Florida, but like, you know, in real places in the world where we go through seasons and the trees change color, how cool would that be to see in iRacing? Oh well, maybe for another time. But now for the national anthem, guys, thank you for joining me so far. Please rise and help me honor this great country where we get to do this. We'll be back right after this with your starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight for the Sebastian Crow Jr. 175 presented by Aliens. It is now time to go through our starting lineup here tonight, so let's get right into it. On the inside of row number 1 with a time of 51.047. That is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. To his outside, the 88 of Gabe Butler. Almost had that pole position, but just turned the wheel a touch too much, one time too many. Row number 2 going to be the 23 of Sebastian Marin. On his outside, that is the 27 of Sean Stevens. Row number 3, Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33, and on the outside, that is the 44 of Anthony English. Les Levy in the 62. On the inside of row number 4, and teammate David Booth to his outside in the 77. Mark Mann in the 04 on the inside of row number 5, and BK Anderson on the outside of that row. And BK Anderson has a race win, looking to lock in himself. He's got this race and one more to go before he can lock into playoff contention. On the inside of row number 6, that is the 95 of Jim Mayer. To his outside, the 51 of Travis Elliott. And Elliott will lock himself in with this start here today. As the field rolls on out, row number 7 going to be the 071 of Eric Laurie and the 5 of JD Crow. Tyler Miller in the 24 and Zach Fritch in the 12 for row number 8. Row 9, Cody Nagels in the 6 and Bob Lacavera in the 11. Row 10 will be Richard Sanchez and Jeff Crosby Sr. Row number 11, Zach Workman in the 19, starting deep in the field here tonight. Alongside him will be the 53 of Dave Hunt. Vicente, I refuse to roll the R's, Guerrero on the inside of row number 12 with Nate Warren to his outside in the 42. David Overstreet and Peter DeBorgia for row number 13. Row 14, Rick Seabrands in the 4 and the 91 of Ernie Mr. Whiskers Williams. And the 48 of Andrew Schroeder bringing up the tail end of the field here tonight. So Hunter Reynolds on the front row with Gabe Butler to his outside. Very stout qualifiers, very stout restrictor plate super speedway drivers. Here they come for the first time tonight. The green flag is in the air, and away we go. Starting from pit lane, that is BK Anderson, Cody Nagels, and Vicente Guerrero. Andrew Schroeder in the 48 has not made it out onto the speedway just yet. We'll see if he is going to be able to get his 48 Ford rolling, but because it's a Ford, probably not. Gonna be honest, it's a Ford. That's fine. I got jokes for days, people. Jokes for days. So here they come off of turn number 4, the opening lap. Hunter Reynolds has the advantage coming off of turn number 4. Gabe Butler in the 88. And the first lap led here tonight will be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Reynolds now moves up to the high side. Sebastian Marin in the 23 down to the inside. And Marin gonna surge ahead, but watch out for that outside lane down the straightaway. These three drivers who made their start from pit road, all three are teammates on Monday night from Limitless. If you'd like to join these guys, well, this series is accepting applications. We'd love to have you come out and race with us on a Wednesday or Saturday night. Just look up OP Racing and fill out the application in iRacing. It's literally click a button that says, I want to join. They make their way down the back stretch, and we get ran over by the camera, or by the race cars, because of where the camera is. Words are hard. Butler in the 88. Got down to the bottom and in front of Sebastian Barron. And now he pulls that Guinness to the front. David Overstreet has the fastest lap of the race at a 47.48. We're going to see if that time is going to stick. So side by side they go. Let's go ahead and take a look at our race info coming in here tonight. 5 of our 7 race winners are officially locked in to the playoffs. Well, now I guess we could change it to 6 of 7, as Travis Elliott has taken the green flag. That was all he needed to lock himself in here tonight. DK Anderson still needs one more start, and then he will be locked in. We have a stage end at the halfway point. All cars have one fast repair available to them. As the 88 of Gabe Butler drops down to the inside, that Guinness Huskenveld. I am not from Sweden, so I have no idea how to say that. But the 88 looks like it is well and truly off pace. He is falling well behind the pack here. That has given the lead to the 27 of Sean Stevens and the 77 of David Booth. They are leading their respective lanes. Travis Elliott in the 51 pushing hard on the outside with the 77. The Daytona Rallycross track that we're using here tonight has a lot of bumps in it. It allows you to go up and down really quickly. The downside is tires work best when they are making contact with the ground. We'll see what happens with these drivers here tonight as those Rallycross bumps come into play. So Sean Stevens, your race leader. Our halfway mark will be at the completion of lap 35. So that will make you have to make a decision on when to come down pit road. You got about 15 laps of fuel in your race car. Some drivers can stretch it further. A good average is 15 laps. Bob Lacavera in the 11. Third car in the outside lane. Trying to do his part to keep that lane moving forward. The 53 of Dave Hunt right behind him. New fast lap of the race. Well, that goes to the driver in the 40, Peter DeBorgia. Old Pete. He finds himself with a lap time of 47.419. Could call it 4.2 if you wanted to. Could call it 47.4 if you wanted to. But what you can't call it is slow. It is the fastest lap of the race so far. Peter right now back in 24th spot. He's got some work to do. And running a paint scheme that I believe honors Logan Helton. Now I said that, I'm not 100% sure. I think this was a Logan Helton paint scheme. I didn't ask. I should have asked. I did not. Angle dang. I feel stupid now. Rick Seabrand's nice enough to keep the same paint scheme since the day he joined this league. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. Helps me not look like a fool. I can find your car. I know it's you. There's no changes involved. I dig it. I like it. The 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. just ahead of him. This is a little bit deeper in the field. Williams in 22nd spot. Just ahead of him, that is the 44 of Anthony English. At Game Fuel 44. Right now, Anthony English in 21st place, but he has lost 15 positions to be where he is at. Maybe a little bit of a strategy call. Head to the tail end of this field. Nothing wrong with strategy trying to be played out. Zach Workman in the 19 machine, currently in 20th spot. Zach Workman, a race winner here in OP on Wednesday night and Monday nights. Excuse me, sorry. That one came out of nowhere. Doing a lot of talking. There's a lot of air getting trapped in the places it probably shouldn't be, if we're going to be honest. So Sebastian Marin, our race leader, Hunter Reynolds in the 26, tucked in tight right behind him. The inside line has a bit of an advantage right now. They have pulled ahead from the outside lane. Do want to report that Andrew Schroeder in the 48 still has not made it out onto the speedway. The problems for the 48 keeping him out of this race. So some great racing action to kick off our Sebastian Crow Jr. 175 here at the Daytona Rallycross Super Speedway. The outside lane found a little bit of speed. David Booth in the 77 trying to challenge for the race lead. Go ahead and take a look at our season info. As they started this race here tonight, our points leaders look something like that. Josh Milam with 2 wins. Zach Workman 2 wins as well. They have locked themselves in, along with Cody Mangans, Peter DeBorgia, Jim Mayer, and Jeff Crosby Jr. 33 locked in on points. He has had such a stellar season. Even though he hasn't had a win yet, he's well above the cutoff line. So he has locked himself in. DK Anderson just 1 race away from locking himself in with the start here tonight. And Travis Elliott officially being locked in with the start. And 1 car goes around. That's the 62 of Les Levy. And the caution flag is going to come out as the 62 spins through the tri-oval. Let's see if we can find out what happened. To Les Levy. Try and back this up to the right spot. There we go. Looks like the 24 Tyler Miller making unfortunate contact. Some cone violence in there, and everybody loves some good cone violence. And by everybody, I do mean myself. A quick spin by the 62 of Les Levy. That is the break that Cody Nagels, Vicente Guerrero, BK Anderson needed. That will allow them to catch up to the pack, and we were getting real close to starting to see green flag pit stops. So I expect to see everyone on the pit road this time. Sebastian Marin going to lead this field on the pit road. Got to be picture perfect when you come down pit lane. It's going to be a very busy pit road. Everyone into their pit box. The 26 has to back it up. That's going to cost him some time. Tire change for the 26. But Peter DePorgia decides that he's going to drive through pit lane. Did not hit his pit box. Something happened to the 40. We'll see him come back down pit road. Same can be said for the 88 of Gabe Butler. He came down pit road but did not stop in his pit stall. What I think we're going to see here is, for sure, the 40 and the 88 come back down pit lane. There's a little bit of strategy to it. I'm going to tell you why I think this is happening. They know quite a few cars at the back end of this field going to come down and top off their fuel tanks. They didn't want to show their hand too soon. What they did is came down pit road, acted like they were going to make a pit stop, but didn't. See, they're trying to pull a sneaky. This is all my speculation, and I promise you it's 100% wrong, but I have to talk anyways, so I'm going to talk nonsense. And that's what they're doing. They're going to come back down here when everyone else in the back half of the field tops off their fuel tanks as well. They're going to get to come out ahead of everyone who tops off their fuel tank. You see what you did there, boys? Not silly. Just gonna send it. Oh, all right. Got my rest in. Took a quick nap there. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I do that from time to time. On the front row for this restart, the 27 of Sean Stevens on the inside. The 23 of Sebastian Marin to the outside. Then Travis Elliott in the 51. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 for row number 2. Row 3 will be Jeff Crosby Jr. and Bob Lacavera in the number 11. Pace car pulls down and away. Green flag back in the air. Sebastian Marin on that very fancy loud pedal that he has inside that race car. In a drag race to turn number 1. Sebastian Marin has the advantage for the moment. And in fact, the 26 giving him a good shove off into the corner. Looks like weather conditions here tonight and track temperature all playing a factor into what lane is the preferred lane, as quite a few drivers seem to want to be in the outside lane. Not a whole lot of drivers are dropping down in the inside, but it doesn't mean that the inside isn't a good place to go. This means that sometimes you gotta go where you gotta go. I think that outside lane is going to be dominant here tonight. The 23 is Sebastian Marin trying to get that run. The 27 down on the inside proving me wrong. Getting closer to the end of the stage, so let's go ahead and take a look at our stage winners as they came into this race here tonight. Sebastian Marin with 3 stage wins. Josh Milam with 2. Anyone else with 1 that has won a stage. Mark Name, Cody Nichols, Workman, Jeff Crosby, and Jim Mayer getting 1 stage win to their credit. Somebody's going to get a number added to their name for stage wins here in about 15 laps. New fastest lap of the race. Well, that's going to go to the 12 of Zach Fritsch. He lays down a heck of a lap time. Even though he's lost positions from where he's qualified, doesn't necessarily mean that he is slow. Zach Fritsch turning a 47.093 last time around. Take a look at our biggest points movers in the last 3 races. Sebastian Marin gaining 138 points. Crosby Jr. 124. Nate Warren 122. Warren's going to need all those points he can get, as he is not quite locked in, but he came into tonight 20 points to the good. Eric Laurie gaining 113 points in the last 3 races. And Eric Laurie 10 points above the cutoff line. So Eric Laurie's starting to get hot right when it matters. Only have a handful of races left in the regular season. Oh, contact! The 24 in trouble. Yellow flag coming out. Tyler Miller making contact, and I did not see who he got into the wall with. But the yellow flag has come out. Take a look here and see what we can find. Miller and David Booth making contact going into turn number 1. Take another look at these two as contact made. Yellow flag quick to fly there. Caution flag out. Now we see who's going to come down pit road, or if they're going to try and pull some more trickery. Fuel window is open to make it to the end of the stage. Looks like nobody gonna come down pit road. Last time these guys were on pit lane was lap 16. Back half of the field hitting pit road, being led by the 77 of David Booth. Alyssa coming in and cheering for the 33 at Crosby Jr. Glad to have you cheering loudly for your driver. At 33 right now finds himself in 5th place, right where he qualified. Travis Elliott in the 51, taking an extra lap, or an extra, couple extra moves down the backstretch. I gotta tell you, that bus stop is very tempting. Idling around this 2.5 mile super speedway under yellow, and you look down at that bus stop. Yeah, it's just so tempting. There's a reason why I'm not allowed to race in this league anymore. I let the voices tell me what to do, and they do not have good ideas. However, I will say it does turn out that when I let the voices talk, people listen. Not because they're great ideas, but because there's some weird stuff that comes out of the mouth. Oh, more cone violence. This time to the blue cone. iRacing, please get rid of that blue cone. That is the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen. Arbitrary dumbness. I know why you guys put it in there, but this is supposed to be a simulation, right? Supposed to be as close to the real thing as anyone can get. Never seen the blue cone in NASCAR. That is all. Carry on. Rant over. Ooh, my rant. Is that my second rant? I've done 2 rants. Where's Alan? I need Alan in here. I need Alan Fritsch. If anyone can get a hold of Alan Fritsch, tell him to come in here. I need someone to banter with. I need a little bit of fire and brimstone here tonight. Here we go. Green flag back up in the air. I'd love to go back and forth with you, Miss Michelle, or you, Miss Alyssa, if you're willing. But I know Alan is willing. We've talked on the side. So that is why I'm calling it now. Sebastian Marin in the 23. It's a good restart. He has the 26 down on his back bumper. Travis Elliott in the 51 with the 33 and Jeff Crosby Jr. Jafari. I'm supposed to say something fast when I say his name. I can't remember what it is. To be honest, I wasn't listening when he was talking. But I don't say Mr. Crosby Jr.'s name correctly somewhere, and I don't remember where. However, his dad never said I do it incorrectly, which is fine. At 15, Sunoco. Fourth car down on the inside line. That's a good run going for him here. Kevin Nagel's chiming in. He's rooting for the Limitless boys. Yes, you could call them playing the waiting game. They started tonight's race from pit road. And after the first caution, we're able to get caught up. The second caution does find them kind of spread out amongst each other. DK Anderson leading the charge for Limitless right now. He is currently scored in 13th place in that outside lane. Cody Nagels and Vicente Guerrero following behind him, but not too far. Michelle Anderson cheering for the Cheerios 32. I don't know why. Like, it's not like they share the same name. Weird. My mom cheers for me too. Oh, I can't be too mad about that. I like when my mom cheers for me. I like when my wife cheers for me too. My girlfriend, we don't need to talk about my girlfriend. She's supposed to be hush hush. Sebastian Marin and Hunter Reynolds, after running nose to tail to kick this restart off, and now split into separate lanes. The 26 gets a good run down on the inside. A lot of side-by-side racing action as we're in the final few laps of stage number one. Let's do a quick run through the field. Sebastian Marin right now leading the race in the outside lane, but Hunter Reynolds not letting him get too far away. Reynolds, your pole sitter here tonight, has been up front since the drop of the green flag. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. is a 51 push the 23 to the bottom lane. Travis Elliott in the 51 up 10 spots from where he started tonight's race to try and poke his nose out into some clean air. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. up 2 positions from where he qualified. He's sitting in the second car outside lane. 27 of Sean Stevens rounding out your top 5 from time to time as he is battling side by side with the 11 of Bob Lacavera, who is trying to steal some top 5 from the 27. Dave Hunt in the 53 tucked in behind the 27 of Sean Stevens. Dave Hunt up 15 positions from where he qualified, and that is making him our biggest mover of the race so far, as we got one in the wall. Lacavera in the 11 chased that race car up the track and now has lost all his momentum. DK Anderson and Nate Warren going to tuck in behind him and try and Get some momentum going once again for the 11. Oh, trouble down the backstretch. Hunter Reynolds involved. A lot of smoke as brakes are locked up. And it looked like trouble from the front row. Sebastian Marin getting a piece of it. Hunter Reynolds involved. Jim Mayer getting involved. Oh my goodness, this, I believe, is going to end the stage, but I have no idea who our stage winner is going to be. Take a look and see if we can find out what happened down the back stretch. And it looks like the 23 and 26 will make a bad bump. Give me just a second here. We're going to queue up another replay, and on board with the 27 is Zach Fritsch. Zach Fritsch able to get through that one without contact. A little bit of off-roading going on for the 12. But a solid escape through that melee. On board with the 44 of Anthony English. A lot of calamity coming to this stage end. I've been told by race control that the 27 of Sean Stevens is our stage 1 winner. Let's get a quick word in with our stage 1 winner. Sean Stevens, got your ears on, bud?
Hey, KR, how are you?
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm doing just fine. Glad to hear you won the stage here tonight.
Yeah, working hard, sawing the wheel back and forth, trying to keep her straight.
I'll tell you what, that 27 has been fast all night long. A great qualifying run for you. And now here you are. I don't believe you've been outside of the top 10 yet here tonight.
Yeah, not yet, and I'm going to try to keep it up that way and hopefully get Dave and Bob up here with me.
Well, this 27 looking very fast. You didn't come down pit road there. Are you going to hit pit lane this time?
Yeah, it's closed for me. I done missed it because I thought we were going green for the stage, but Zach said it after I passed pit road. So.
I got you. Well, so then real quick, so I don't interrupt your pit stop, shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Shout out to all Buck Wild, UKR up here in the booth, and all the fans watching.
All right, man. Well, good job on winning the stage. Man, love nothing more than to talk to you in victory lane.
Hopefully I can get there.
All right, well, good luck. The 27 getting caught out from pit road. But don't count him out just yet. We'll see what he's got in store for us. The 27 are stage 1 winners. The lights go out on the pace car. Well, it's not going to go well for him. Going to have to hit pit road in the next few laps. Mr. Sega GameCube, welcome. Come on in. Thank you very much for letting us know you are here. You guys are watching. Please know, we want you to cheer for the driver of your choice. And honestly, it could be any driver. There's no bias here. Nobody's going to make fun of you for picking a driver. I will make fun of you if it's a driver for a Ford, though. Not the driver, just the Ford part. So there's no bias. Okay, you're not going to hurt anyone's feelings. Just let us know who you're rooting for. I know Alyssa's got the 33. I know Miss Anderson has the 32. I don't think we have a 31 or a 30. And 29. Sometimes we have a 29. 28. They didn't number their cars in numerical order, so it's confusing. Anyways, pace car down and away. Sean Stevens in the 27, your stage 1 winner. Missed his chance to hit pit road. Now he's going to have to hit pit lane under green flag conditions unless a quick caution comes out. That 27 is running on fumes. Going to get a couple more laps before he has to hit pit road. The 14 of Vicente Guerrero with Cody Nagels, both drivers from Limitless on Monday night. They are hooked up here on Wednesday night. Trying to push each other to the race lead. Mr. Sega GameCube loves the Toyotas. Well, good news for you, a Toyota is near the front. Now, if we're going to be honest, top 3 positions are filled by all 3 automakers. Sean Stevens in the 27, leading the race. Vicente Guerrero in the Toyota, challenging for that race lead in the outside. And then Richard Sanchez in the 510, pushing on the 27 in a Ford. We have 20 Chevrolets out here tonight. We're going to do a quick count of Toyotas. 1, 2, 3, 4 Toyotas. I can count that high. And then the Fords are 1, 2. Who cares? It's a Ford. We're going to end up pushing it across the start. So Vicente out in front. That's going to make Mr. Sega GameCube very happy. The 14 in a Toyota as the race lead. He is using the force. Cody Nagel is helping him feel out that force. Here comes Sean Stevens on the pit road. Unfortunate break for our stage 1 winner. But a lot can happen, and he can get back into this race. Richard Sanchez in the 510, up 18 positions to be our race leader. Sanchez in that black and hot pink race car. That's like my second favorite color combo. My first favorite color combo is black and red. But a black and hot pink, that's a good color combo for me too. That's what he's got on that Ford Mustang. So Sanchez out in front. Richard Sanchez came into tonight 29 points. 29th place in points as they are wiggling big time down the backstretch. That always makes you pucker when that is happening, because when they start wiggling like that, that's when bumpers don't line up. But Richard Sanchez in the 29 made 8 starts so far this season. Make it 9 with the start he has here tonight. And so far only has one top 10 to his credit. I gotta tell you, this 510 is a fast race car. But there is a dark cloud hanging over it because it has a very hard time finishing any races. More often than not, you see that 510 caught up in someone else's mess. So it's good to see him running up front. Maybe tonight he will be able to get through and punch into victory lane or even a top 5. Cody Nagels in the 6 and Vicente Guerrero in the 14 are leading their respective lanes. Field coming up fast on the 27 of Sean Stevens. As the 51 of Travis Elliott. And try and work his way out into the front. He's broken up the limitless lockout of the front row. Now he is falling back big time. Not sure what has happened in the inside lane. They have lost all sorts of momentum. That's going to allow the 04 Mark Mann to drop down to the inside, and Cody Nagels now left out high and dry, and he is falling back very quickly as he has lost all support. Has to wait until help can find him in the form of the 51 of Travis Elliott. And now Mark Mann in the 04 out in front for the first time. And I'll tell you what, it's the first time in what seems like forever since Mark Mann has been out in front. So good to see him out into the race lead. He's got a teammate behind him in the 95 of Jim Mayer. And I am using the words teammate very loosely. And how about this break, ladies and gentlemen? The yellow flag has come out just as the field was getting ready to pass Sean Stevens, our stage 1 winner. So I am not 100% sure what the caution flag is for. We're going to have to see if we can figure out what happened. Heavy contact for the 42 of Nate Warren. Let's see if we can get a good shot here. Nate Warren goes off into the corner. Possible net code with the 46 of David Overstreet. Let's see if we can get a close-up view of it. That's the camera I wanted. So heavy contact for the 42, but here comes our field on the pit road with 26 laps to go. They're about 8 laps short of making it to the end of this race. So one more pit stop in order. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 into his pit box. Looks like fuel only for several race cars. Down and away, the 04, Mark Mann winning the race off of pit road. Sebastian Marin taking the tires. Drops back to the tail of this field. On the 04, Mark Mann, your race leader. With the yellow flag coming out, we are going to step away for a quick moment. No one go anywhere. We'll be here right back after this. Welcome back to the Turn 3 Racing Network, where the green flag has just come out, and Hunter Reynolds in the 26, taking over the top spot from the 04 of Mark Mann. Travis Elliott in the 51, working that outside lane. And we have a new biggest mover of the race. That is the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. Mr. Whiskers himself up into the top 5, gaining 24 spots from where he started here tonight. Pushing hard on the 51. Ernie Williams, no stranger to victory lane here in OP, is a big wiggle down the back stretch. I believe that was the 40 of Peter DeBorgia, but he's in so many different paint schemes, it's hard to know for sure if that was him or not. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. I ain't got much, folks, so don't be too mad at me, please. They are still slicing and dicing back and forth. As I smack my microphone, sorry about that. To Hunter Reynolds down on the inside. Race has 21 laps to go. If you guys haven't done so yet, please make sure that you do at least hit the thumbs up for the drivers. You know, I want you guys to cheer for them in the chat. If you don't want to type that much, do take a moment, hit the thumbs up, let them know you appreciate the show that they are putting on. If you don't like the show that they are putting on, go somewhere else. You don't need to tell us it's bad. We don't care. We're having fun where we're at. And the 26 of Hunter Reynolds continues to lead the race. Now with 20 laps to go, we have one more fuel stop to make. So that begs the question, when do you come down pit road? Time and time again in this super speedway league, we have found out that the drivers who come down pit road first in a group have a tendency to come out with the race lead. Now you have to be the one that hits pit road before everyone else. But you also have to keep in mind we have 2 attempts at a green-white checkered. Jackson Broadbent all the way from New Zealand, cheering for the 12 of Zach Fritsch. How about that? How does Zach Fritsch have a fan in New Zealand? Jackson, I'd love to hear that story. Your driver in the 12? Well, he's in the thick of it right now. He's in the suit. He's got some work to do, and he's had some speed and has been out in front. Worked his way through a couple crashes without contact, so he's in good shape. But does have some work to do if he wants to win this race. But all the way from New Zealand. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? We have gone international for this broadcast. Thank you very much, Jackson. You have made my day. So side by side at the front, 51 and the 26 duking it out for the race lead. The 04 of Mark Mann and the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. trying to do what they can to push their road forward. And with 18 laps to go, here comes a huge break for pit road. Oh, trouble. BK Anderson contact. Around goes multiple cars. Tough break as this huge group came down pit road. 10 cars stayed out. Those 10 cars all right there in a group now. We'll see if there are any penalties coming down for the heavy contact there. And it looks like the 14 of Vicente Guerrero being held up in his pit stall. Here comes quite a bit more, and only 2 cars stay out. That's Peter DeBorgia and Anthony English. They have stayed out. They're the only 2 cars to not pit yet. Everyone else on to pit road. As we go on board with the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. On the pit road comes the 40 and the 44. Good clean break. Travis Elliott just getting up to speed, and the first group of drivers that came down pit road once again has taken over the race lead. Jackson Broadbent says he's a big NASCAR fan. He follows Zach on his stream. Guess you will see him soon on iRacing as an international driver. All right, you're from New Zealand, big NASCAR fan. Are you a big fan of racing? Do you follow IndyCar? Some big names from New Zealand in IndyCar. Peter DeBorgia getting passed by the field. And the 04 Mark Mann now is officially your race leader. IndyCar just wrapped up its championship. Will Power winning the championship in IndyCar. He is from Australia. You have Scott McLaughlin from down under as well. Scott Dixon, New Zealand or Kiwi or whatever they want to call him. So a lot of speed in IndyCar coming from your area, Jackson. Not too many Australian drivers in NASCAR. We got one. We used to have one. Where'd he go? What did he do? I miss that guy that was in NASCAR. Oh no, Sean Stevens, our stage one winner. Hard impact into the inside wall, and around he goes, and heavy damage on the 27. Tough break for a stage one winner. He's gonna have to come down pit road, and as a single car incident down below the racing line, nobody's gonna call that a caution. Oh, dang old dang, our stage one winner. Looks like his shot to win this race up in smoke. Vicente Guerrero did get the speeding penalty. He has gone a lap down because of it. He is in the mix still, but one lap down. He is the only car one lap down, as Sean Stevens in the 27 has made it onto pit road. But I believe he's going to get a penalty for an unsafe pit entry to add insult to injury. All right, Jackson, I have to ask, because I cannot think of his name. Keep in mind, I'm doing like 10 things right now. The NASCAR driver that came from Australia, came from V8 Supercars, came into the NASCAR world and did a pretty decent job. He was a V8 Supercar champion. He's like one of the only drivers to do NASCAR, and I cannot think of his name. And it really bugs me that I can't think of his name, because I cheered for him every week. But he hasn't been in NASCAR for a few years, and now I just cannot think of his name. If anyone else knows, please fill me in. Like, as soon as you type in his name, I'm gonna know what it is. I cheered for the guy, but I just cannot, for the life of me, remember it right now. Oh look, the 12's out in front. When did that happen? Probably when he found out he had a fan. Zach Fritch has never had anyone watch his stream, and all of a sudden he's got someone watching his stream, and he's like, oh, I better do something. No, I kid. Yes, Marcos Ambrose. Thank you very much. That's who it was. Exactly who it was. I appreciate that, Mr. Sega GameCube. Yep, Jackson coming in with that as well. Yes, it was Marcos Ambrose. Heck of a driver. Heck of a driver. So Zach Fritch in the 12. Now having to deal with a car to his inside and a car to his outside. Travis Elliott in the 51, taking this 3 wide. Everyone big wiggle. 27 to Sean Stephen, making his way around the speedway. He is 1 lap down and in danger of losing another. So Jeff Crosby Jr. looking for his first win of this season. Already locked in on points, so you know he has had a great season when you are locked in on points with a handful of races to go. And in fact, he is leading the points of all drivers. He has had 5 top 5s and 8 top 10, so he has been there in the mix for a majority of this season, just has not stood on the top step of the podium. Zach Fritch, not too much of a slouch himself. He's had 5 top 5s and 6 top 10s. He's looking for his first win of the season as the caution flag is going to come out once again. We have trouble down the back stretch, and it looked like 6 of Cody Nagels was involved. Let's back this up and see what happened to bring out our caution here in the closing stages. The 19 of Zach Workman gets into the 04 Mark Mann. And around goes the 6 and the 19, the 91 of Ernie Williams, a slow spin as well, heavy damage to the 91. Oh boy. That's gonna stack the field up. Now everyone's thinking, oh, I needed that caution. It gave me a chance. It's gonna give me a chance. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Caution flag coming out inside of 10 laps to go. Oh, Fritchie can't get his stream work. Jackson, I want you to come to turn 3. Our stream works 100% of the time, 50% of the time. Come join us. Come to the dark side. We will entertain you. Just ask Miss Anderson or ask Miss Alyssa or even Kevin Nagels. They would love to tell you how it's so entertaining to be here. Anyways, guys, as always, I do want to thank you for joining me. regardless, I do ask that you guys do hit the thumbs up for the drivers. I don't get paid on the thumbs up. I don't need them. I don't care about them. But I know that the drivers feel that is a form of support. They appreciate you coming out and watching. They appreciate the thumbs up. They appreciate the witty banter that happens in the YouTube chat. So I thank each and every one of you for participating in that. And if you do have a moment, go ahead and do hit that thumbs up for them. It just goes a long way for these guys. They do put in a lot of work, a lot of practice to make this show happen. I'm just here with a camera. Actually, it's not even a camera, it's a mouse and a keyboard. And I am trying to play it up as if I work really hard, but I don't. To be honest, these guys work a lot harder than I do. But man, they put on a heck of a show for us every week. So share some love. Give them those thumbs up. Cheer for them loudly. We're getting the green flag with 4 laps to go. Oh my goodness. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Lights are out on the pace car. One more time around and they will be making a whole lot of noise. All right, so the drivers kind of split right now. Travis Elliott in the 51 came down pit road under this caution. He has enough fuel for sure to get to the end of whatever he needs, right? So if it's a 2 attempts at a green, white checkered, the 51 got enough fuel to go through it. That is all the way back in the 18th spot. Everyone ahead of him last on pit road on lap 53, including our race leader, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Now, 2 attempts at a green, white checkered will be used if big ifs, doing air quotes, if we need them. And that's where the gamble is right now. The 33 came onto pit road as soon as the window opened. He probably has been able to save enough fuel under this caution to survive 1 green, white checkered attempt. But what about 2 green, white checkered attempts? And what about if the caution flag comes out right before you get to the white flag both times? That means maximum fuel burning. But speaking of maximum fuel burning, let's get right into it. Everyone on the throttle, away we go. 4 laps to go in this one. The Sebastian Crow Jr. 175, presented by Aliens. The 33 down on the inside. Zach Fritch, the 12 on the outside. That outside lane has proven to be very fast here tonight, but the inside lane, if they can get it rolling, will be just as fast. But right now, it has fallen back very quickly, and the 12 gets left out to dry as the 26 of Hunter Reynolds to the inside. Trouble. The 77 of David Booth going around. 1 car up and over. That's a 4 of Rick Seabrands. Good thing iRacing turns these cars into 100-pound toys as they start tumbling through the air. Yellow flag is out once again. And here we go, folks. Big time crash in the closing stages of this race. On board with Eric Laurie. Sebastian Merritt in the 23 involved in this as well. Take another look here. Let's see if we can figure out what happened bring out the yellow. Looks like the 77 and the 23 making contact going into the corner. It starts this chain reaction. Man, that 4 really went flying. Cody Nagels, even though he got into it, looks like he's going to escape cleanly. He escaped. Got through that one. So caution flag coming out, and we are in our first attempt at a green-white checkered. On the pit road, Les Levy, Cody Nagels, Jeff Crosby Sr., Ernie Williams Jr. already sitting on pit road. Heavy damage to that race car. Sebastian Marin looks like he is pulled behind the wall for the moment. So the one we're keeping an eye on is the 51 of Travis Elliott. Heavy damage to that race car. He's one of the ones we think has enough fuel, or we know has enough fuel to get to the end, no matter what happens. Hunter Reynolds last on pit road on lap 53, along with the 95 of Jim Mayer. Anthony English, all these guys here last on pit road on lap 53. And I want to say that they're going to have enough fuel to survive 2 attempts, as this is our first attempt, and that's kind of what you want to have when you're trying to gamble and make sure. We are in our first attempt at a green-white checkered at the earliest. It literally was the earliest opportunity you could have to have your first attempt at a green-white checkered be burned. So there you have it. I think everyone's going to have enough fuel now that I'm saying it out loud. Oof. Oofda. All right, who's going to do the shoey? Who thinks does the shoey tonight? Is it the 26? Is it the 95? Could it possibly be the 12? I'll tell you what. Jackson Broadbent going to have to stand on his head to get that 12 into victory lane. Alan Fritsch isn't here to cheer for him, so it's all up to you, Jackson. All up to you. The 44 of Anthony English right there as well. The 33, no slouch in these super speedway races. And Gabe Butler, the heavy hitter himself, right there in striking distance. Here we go, folks. I don't know what's going to happen next. First of 2 attempts at a green-white checkered. And by first of 2, I mean if we need the second one. Pace car gonna peel off, and we are gonna get back after it. Jim Mayer in the 95 gets a good jump as the green flag flies. The 95 surging ahead. All they have to do is get to the white flag. Here comes the inside lane. The 44 of Anthony English trying to pull out ahead. Contact between the 33 and the 95. They keep it off of each other. Trouble behind them. Big time trouble. No caution yet. Gonna go 3 wide. The yellow flag has not come out as that was all behind them. That involved Dave Hunt, Zach Workman, Cody Nagels, David Booth, and JD Crow. Gonna get the white flag as they are trying to form up 3 wide. The 12 is Zach Fritsch. Doesn't have a whole lot of help in the outside lane, but he is not giving up. Anthony English in the 44 has the inside lane. He is doing all he can to hold on to the race lead, but Jim Mayer, the wily veteran himself, Hall of Famer, championship, he is doing what he can to try and win this race. The 95 has the advantage into the corner, but as they work their way side by side, Anthony English in the 44 has got to figure out how to get a good run up off the corner. Jim Mayer trying to make his car very wide. Here they come into the tri-oval. The 95 has the advantage, and Jim Mayer at the line is going to pick up the win. So Jim Mayer picks up the win in the 95. Anthony English bringing it home in in the 44 in second place. Hunter Reynolds in third. That is our podium finishing drivers. Let's go ahead, take a look at the rest of the results. Jeff Crosby brings it home in fourth. Jackson, no shoey for you, but a solid run by your driver to bring it home in fifth place. Biggest mover of the race, Peter DeBorgia, up 20 spots to finish in sixth. Seventh place goes to Tyler Miller. Gabe Butler, 8th. 9th, David Overstreet. 10th, the 510, Richard Sanchez. Nate Warren, 11th. 12th goes to BK Anderson. Travis Elliott, 13th. 14th, Rick Seabrands. Mark Mann in 15th. 16th place goes to Les Levy. 17th place, Eric Laurie. 18th, Sean Stevens. 19th place, Jeff Crosby Sr. Bob Lacavera, 20th. 21st, J.D. Crow. Zach Workman, 22nd. 23rd, Dave Hunt. Cody Nagels, 24th. 25th, David Booth. Vicente Guerrero, 26th. 27th, Ernie Williams Jr. Sebastian Marin, 28th. And did not start, that is the 29 of Andrew Schroeder. So let's get right into our post-race interviews with our race winner to kick this off, and that is the driver of the 95 as he burns that race car down. Don't worry, it does not have to pass tech here in iRacing, so he can burn that engine up, blow out the tires, destroy the rear fenders, whatever he's got to do to get it through tech. Congratulations, Jim, on the race win, man.
Thanks. It was fun.
Well, that 95 looked very fast here tonight in those closing stages. Tell us a little bit about the race and what you had to go through to get here.
We had to go to a backup at one point, so that's always fun. So the goal there for the second half was keep it clean to try to be there at the end, and got Hunter sleeping there on the restart. So got up in front of him, and then that goes to him. He's pushing, he's doing the work. So shout out to him for the push, and always awesome to get the win.
Well, Jim, this 95 looking very sharp. Tell me a little bit about your Pittsburgh Penguins logo you got on your race car.
I think that was a KR special. Hopefully the team's getting old. High hopes for them, as always, but those guys are getting old, so hopefully they hang in there.
I'll tell you what, man, the Pittsburgh Penguins, not a team I cheer for. I go a little bit further north to cheer for my hockey team, but it is what it is, man. Hey, the 95 in the victory lane. Congratulations on the race win. Outstanding race, and man, coming away with this race win, gotta feel good here as we're getting into the closing stages of this season.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to get a win. I'm not sure if I had a win here on Wednesdays or not in this series. I think I might have won. So I think I might have been already in, but it's always nice to have two. It's where get some good momentum going for the playoffs here.
All right, man. Well, nice job. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Of course, the KR paint booth for giving us an awesome looking car. All the guys behind the scenes here at OP putting on the races, and all the guys that are coming out and racing and keeping it fun. Of course, you up in the booth putting on the show.
All right, Jim. Well, nice job, man. Congratulations. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that car looks sharp.
Thanks.
That is Jim Mayer, your race winner, getting it done here tonight in the Rallycross Daytona. How about that, folks? Just an outstanding drive by the 95, by everyone in the field here tonight. I'm not counting anyone out or trying to sell them short. Now let's move on to our second place finisher. That is none other than the driver of the 44, and he goes by the name of old Anthony English. Mr. English, you got your ears on, bud?
Sure.
Man, this 44 brings it home in second place. Just a little bit short, still looking for that first win of the season, but that 44 looked very stout here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he gave her hell there at the end. Was kind of just saving the car all night, just trying to keep it clean, stay out of all the incidents, any craziness, trying to keep it clean on pit road and everything. I've had some mistakes the last few weeks that's cost me some chances, so I was trying to keep it clean, and then got lucky at the end there. They had a couple wrecks, got some positions there, and got a really good restart. That last restart on the bottom behind Jim. Me and Jim were able to clear Hunter. He moved up, and Crosby gave her hell to do what he could, but that top line's too dominant. I mean, we gave her hell, but good win to Jim there. He definitely had the top line there with Hunter pushing him.
Oh man, this 44 qualified very well, ran up front what seemed like almost all night long. So a lot of speed here tonight. Well above the cutoff line for you. You came into this race 35 points above the cutoff line. You're going to expand that a little bit further. Just a few races left. How are you feeling? You feeling secure? You going to try and change your game plan, or are you going to just keep doing what's been working so far?
Well, I knew I had a little bit of a buffer tonight, so I was going to give her hell at the end and see what I could get. I wanted to try to get some stage points, but just things didn't shuffle out right, so I didn't even chance the car. But yeah, having a little bit of buffer helps. It'll make me a little bit more aggressive, probably try to sneak out a win before the end of the season. But if anything, still try to definitely keep a clean car. I mean, I get taken out and I finish last in the next 3 races. I mean, there's still a possibility I don't make it, especially in leagues with stages where every point matters.
All right, man. Well, nice job bringing it home in second place. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Start off with you, KR, Turn 3 Broadcasting. You guys do awesome work every week. Everybody at OP who do what they do, putting on these shows that they do 3 times a week for us. They do great work. All my family and friends watching, my girlfriend, love you all. Glad that you guys support my habit. And everybody that I was running with tonight, Jim, Hunter, Seabass, Mark, we just did what we could, and we all had pretty decent finishes. So good night.
All right, man. Well, nice job. Once again, congratulations on second place.
Thank you, Kara.
As Anthony English, our second place finisher here tonight, an outstanding drive by the 44. Everyone on the podium had a great drive. Let's bring in our final great drive of the night, and that is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. He started his night on pole, ends up on the 3rd step of the podium. Hunter, congratulations on this solid run here tonight.
Oh, thanks, KR. I appreciate it. It was definitely a fun night out here, and glad I could push James to the win.
Well, man, this 26 hasn't shown up too many times in the post-race show here on Wednesday night. So how's this one feeling?
Pretty good, actually. Glad I could come out last week and get the win, but 3rd always feels good for sure. I owed James one there, and we had a pretty fast Reynolds Rat Ford Mustang here tonight, and couldn't be happier, honestly. 3rd's fine.
Well, in only your second start, you do put it first start, win the race. Second start, 3rd step of the podium. So no chance at making the playoffs due to the requirements, but what's your plans going forward?
Well, I guess I should have raced more races, huh? But I'll probably just keep showing up for fun. I mean, we got a really good momentum streak right now in all the OP series, and whether I'm in the playoffs or not, having fun and actually getting lucky and having some good finishes. So we've been fast lately, and hopefully we can keep this thing rolling.
Well, man, nice job picking up another podium for you here tonight. Shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, appreciate it. I'd like to thank all the boys over at FSR. I'd like to thank all the boys at Alliance Motorsports for running with those guys. I'd like to thank you up in the booth, KR, do an awesome job. Shout out to Trent, Kendra, and Mama Horton. Thank y'all for watching. I'd like to thank all the other family and friends checking out the stream. And thanks everybody else watching. Appreciate all y'all.
All right, that is Hunter Reynolds, our third place finisher here tonight. Once again, Hunter, man, congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Post-race show wrapping up. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me here tonight. Jackson, thank you for coming from a Fritchie stream. Hope you come back by. We'll be here Monday night as well. So make sure you come on by. You don't have to stick around if you'd rather watch the stream, but come on by, say hello. I do need you to talk to me. I do need that. I don't need you guys to do the thumbs up for me, but I do need y'all to talk to me. I'm insecure. And on that note, everyone have a good night. Thank you very much. Hope you all enjoyed the show. And until next Monday night and or Wednesday night, y'all stay safe and we'll see you next week.